Hey guys, welcome back to Life with 18 Cats. On our Memorial Weekend celebration, I'm joined here by Wanda. I don't remember which way I'm pointing. Some way. Whichever way you guys can see. Wanda's over here or over here. One of the two. I'm not sure. Hi, Wanda.
Hello, Kim.
How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I like your outfit.
Yeah. Listen. When I decide to do something, I do something. I mean, I have 19 cats. Did we ever have any doubts about this?
No, I've gone a little more conservative here. I have we support our team. Okay. United we stand. Had I known it was going to be a formal event, I would have dressed better. Sorry. I didn't bring out the cheater lashes.
As you can see, I've got some decorations back here that I literally put up like just before live stream because I know they're not going to last long. So if you see them fall in the background, it's because the cats got at them. But we're going to see how long they last.
I'm surprised Chewy didn't get at them already.
I have had to shoo them for like the last half hour. I'm like, no, you guys, just give me an hour. Just give me 1 hour, and then you guys can destroy them if you want to. Just 1 hour. Just give mommy 1 hour. But yeah, but they're doing really good right now. They stopped messing with them, so I'm not worried about it right this second. But I'm sure they'll come down as I'm talking.
Oh, hey, cats.
Yeah, exactly. So, Memorial Weekend.
Guys.
Hi, Jenna. How are you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good.
I see how it is. You have Wanda on. You forget about little old me.
No, I did not
here.
forget about you. I did not forget about you with Jenna. I was building it up because you're an important audience.
Never. You'd never forget about me.
I would never forget. Hi, Mary Miles. How you doing, hon?
Hi, Cat.
Cat's here. Hi, Cat.
Oh, here's Gertrude. Hi, Gertrude.
Gertrude. Hi, all lovely, awesome possum heroes. Kim, you look marvelous. Wanda, any pushing and shoving Mennonites today?
Nope, got that done early this morning, Gertrude. Yep.
Day's not over yet. So
actually, I did just quickly to answer Gertrude's. I did have like one of the men from the Mennonite Society. He walked by and he said, "Hello, good morning." I'm like, "Hello, good morning." And I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything about anything.
I'm glad you're being nice one. I'm proud of you. I'm very proud of you. Jeez, we're gonna get in so much trouble one of these days with this conversation. High five, Wanda. Good job.
That's for the talk to the hand. It's for Gertrude. Gertrude probably understands what I'm doing.
Okay, Wanda. Yeah. Okay, you and Gertrude have your own little signals here. That's fine. I'm just gonna stay out of it. Who else is checking in? Oh, let's see. I was just making sure we're not missing anybody. Okay, so it is Memorial Weekend, and we have some really interesting, cool things we're gonna kind of share with you guys. So you guys know. When we were planning this, and I think I went over this once before, but I want to do it again just for anybody that didn't see it. When we were planning this live stream, I really wanted to be careful because, I mean, we wanted to figure out a way to tie in, the whole pet world to Memorial Weekend, but I wanted to do it in a way that was respectful and was not going to be hurtful to anyone or disrespectful to anyone as far as the actual holiday is concerned. Well, it just so happened that Wanda had sent me a video link a couple days before we were even deciding this. She had no idea. So this was actually just an actual coincidence. She had sent me a link to a video that was made by, what's his name, Mr. Snowflake?
Mr. Snowflake, yeah.
Mr. Snowflake. And we'll have all this the information for his channel in the description after this is over and everything, so you guys can go and check him out yourself, and you guys can check out the full video of what we're going to be referencing. She had sent me this video a couple days before I actually was sitting down talking about this to Jenna. And all of a sudden it dawned on me. I'm like, oh my gosh, Wanda just sent me this video that literally links cats to the military and Memorial Day. Because Memorial Day, as we all know, is a day for memorializing those that we have lost in wars or any other kind of battles. Because I know some of them are crises, some of them are conflicts, some of them are wars. Whatever they're called, this is our day to remember those people. And it turns out that we have little kitty heroes that have literally been members of the military in the past, with the Courageous Cats of War. That's the name of the video that Mr. Snowflake put out, and I highly, highly, highly recommend you guys go and check out the full video. We're going to touch on a couple of the key points in it, but really, when I watched this, I was in tears. I was like, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. I never knew this. It's so amazing. But we are going to touch on a couple of the stories in this video. And yeah, so it turns out that there are cats that have literally given their lives during our wars and conflicts and crises in order to save our soldiers and to assist in where we are today. And they've lost their lives for that. So therefore, we have some furry felines that are very courageous kitties, and they deserve to be recognized for Memorial Weekend too, because some of them actually received what are they called? They have battle stars. Oh God, I can't remember now.
Medals. One of them got like these little
some
medals.
Got medals and ribbons. Yeah. War ribbons and medals.
War ribbons.
So these are bona fide members of the military that are decorated members, and they gave up their lives to assist in our military. So yeah, and yes, dogs, cats, horses, all those. Obviously, we're a cat. Hey! Can we not? We're not fighting today, guys. No, we're not fighting. No, it's a happy day. Can we not?
Kim, what I thought was interesting about this story that he was talking about is he talked about specifically during World War I and how the cats, you know, they were trench cats. They did vermin control.
500,000 cats were released into the trenches. Yep.
Wow. How many?
Over 500,000. That's the estimate. Over 500,000 cats were released into the trenches, and their job was to take care of the rats and mice and other vermin that were in there, because that kept our soldiers safer from diseases and kept them out of our soldiers' food that they had with them or on them, so that our soldiers had food still that were not being contaminated or devoured by these vermin, because there was a lot of vermin. So yeah, that's one little still picture from Mr. Snowflake's video. Like I said, I highly, highly recommend you guys go and check this out because it's awesome. So that picture right there, that is Lieutenant LaCourte with a cat named Patucci. And this story is really awesome. This guy was hiding in a trench and in a hole I think it was from German soldiers. And they heard something down there, so they started coming toward where he was hiding, and he was hiding with Patucci. And when they started getting closer and they were about to discover him, which would have meant the end of him, Patucci launched out of the hole, looked at the soldiers, and then went back into the hole. The soldiers then thought, oh, haha, it wasn't a person, it was just a cat. Turned around and left, and therefore the cat saved that lieutenant's life by doing what it did, which I think is such a phenomenal story. But that's just one of there's tons and tons of stories out there. And if you ever wanted to look into it, you simply have to just look up, animals in war, and you'll find so many heartwarming stories like that.
I'll have to add that into the description after we're live. Like you said, I'll make a note of that.
Let's see. So
ship cats.
Ship cats. Well, hang on. I want to go through it because I made notes, Jenna.
I'm sorry.
You're fine. No, you're fine. You're fine. I don't mind what you're doing.
Trying to keep up with you.
I'm trying to catch up with you. So what I was going to say is, so we all know the stories about how canaries were used in mines to detect, dangerous levels of like carbon monoxide or whatever for the people in the mines. And you can see it one of two ways. It's sad that this was the case, but again, it's kept our soldiers safe and gave them the ability to continue to fight. A lot of cats were used as gas detectors, just like the canaries were used, which again, sad, but brings us back to how many animals, were there and lost their lives, helping our military, which I think is very heroic and very awesome. Messages were sometimes attached to the cats underneath their collars, because the cats had the ability to just free roam from, across enemy lines. And so they would attach little messages to their collars. And there's one story that he tells in this video about one cat. Listen, this cat was so much part of the military that when this cat was caught with a message on it, they literally tried the cat in court and found it guilty of treason. I mean, there we go. See, the cat was doing such a good job and then got caught, and then they literally tried the cat. That is unheard of. Now to get to where Jenna was, now that I think I've caught up with you, Jenna's really excited about this stories.
I like the ship cats.
Yay!
I think they're so cute in their little tunnels and
So the cats that were used on ships, they were brought on there obviously to help again with controlling the rats and the mice that were getting into food and whatever else. And then they found out that what was happening was that on battleships and whatnot, because these guys were out to sea for so long, these cats were also doing another job of giving them comfort and giving them companionship and giving them something happy to look at and focus on and keep morale up. So these cats played such a pivotal role in so many different aspects. I think this cat that we're showing right now, isn't that Convoy?
I think one of the two are. I think
one of them is there's Convoy.
There he is.
Convoy, as you can see, got its own special hammock on the ship, and actually, when that ship was attacked finally and was sunk, Convoy went down with 87 crew members and went down like a proud member of the military with the ship and all. Look at the little baby kitty. Look at the little face. He's so cute. Oh my God.
It's hard to keep all their names straight. I know. We're doing the best we can.
We're doing, like I said, I strongly suggest you guys go check out the full video after this because I think you guys will really like it. There's another cat named Poolie. That cat was born in Pearl Harbor and was aboard a ship that actually was in Iwo Jima. This is the cat. Yeah, Poolie. Because Poolie is one of the higher decorated cats in the military that I've found so far. Poolie had 3 battle ribbons and 4 service stars. And like I said, was born in Pearl Harbor, was aboard the ship that was part of Iwo Jima. So I thought that was kind of cool. And then we have Simon. In 1948, Simon was on a ship, and Simon was in charge of, again, managing the rat and mouse population. And one of the cute parts of the story was that Simon would bring dead rats to the soldiers' beds and leave them as gifts all the time. One of those things that everybody thought was so cool. Simon was severely wounded in one battle by shrapnel. They actually did not expect the cat to live, but Simon lived. They were able to the military medics on board tended to this cat, removed as much shrapnel as they could, saved the cat's life. They got back to port and everything else. Unfortunately, he did die. The reason why this one kind of hit me was because he actually died on my birthday, November 28th of 1949. I wasn't born yet, but soon after that, years after that, I was born. You know what I mean? But yeah, so it was awarded the Dickin Medal. Isn't it cute? Look at you guys. Look at how many. And this is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to cats in the military. What do you think, Wanda? Do you know of any stories we haven't touched on?
I don't. I just came across Mr. Snowflakes. For those of you who don't know who Mr. Snowflake is, he does a lot of videos about problematic YouTubers. So if you've heard of like Amberlynn or Foodie Beauty, those types of
Squirrel World.
Yeah, Squirrel World. He's done something on Nikki. What's his name? Avocado. No, what's his name?
Nikocado Avocado.
Nikocado Avocado. He's done something on that. So he does that kind of documentaries, but this is his passion. His passion is doing these kind of documentaries. Yep. And I just came across it because I'm subscribed to his channel. So it came across that this is really cool. And I'm listening to it and I'm crying to it. And I just sent it to Kim. And so that's the extent that I know about it. I really didn't do any deep dives into it, but I think it's pretty cool too.
It is. I thought that one. I have to say, I appreciate you sending me that video so much because literally I had no idea how to link these two things together had it not been for you sending me that video. I thought that was the most amazing video. But like I said, we will link that video in the description so that you guys can go click on it and you guys can check it out later on if you want to. I think you guys will thoroughly enjoy it. It's so heartwarming to see that there were so many animals that were able to help. And I know some people are like, yeah, but they were used for this and they died. Well, you know what? Nobody's saying that about our men. I mean, we send our our kids overseas to fight in these wars, and unfortunately, it's casualties of war, and that's just how it goes. nothing we can do about it. But no, I just wanted to make sure everybody knew that, yes, cats did serve in the military, and we have lost some very amazing, heroic cats over the years. And so they deserve to be honored on Memorial Weekend just as much. Yay!
Thank you,
That's
Kim.
my spiel about Memorial Weekend and kitties. Yay, I did it.
A great story. It really was. I loved how it highlighted some of the emotional things that the cats did for the men. Like you could be in the trenches by yourself for hours or days, and to have a companion like that. I think there were that, that human animal bond that we talk about all the time. It's like that developed in times of war and despair. And it's kind of beautiful when that happens.
Yeah, I agree. So there you go, guys. Celebrate kitties in the military. Yay. I can't believe we did it. I was so worried. Listen, I'm not kidding. I was really worried about this because I was so concerned about just offending someone because it's Memorial Weekend. I'm like, I don't know how we're going to do this because I don't want to be offensive to anybody. It's such an important holiday. It's wonderful to remember those cats. It really is, Irma. And I know Irma just said that she had to leave. So bye, Irma. Thank you for stopping in. And we will see you later, Ryan. Have a nice evening. I know Irma's in Finland, I believe. So yeah, it's really late for her right now. Miss Nanya. Hi, everyone. I'm watching on TV, so I won't be able to chat. Then how did you just chat, Miss Nanya?
That was from a couple minutes ago, Kim.
I'm just asking.
It's
like somebody answering the phone and going, no, I'm not available.
Manuel's not here either.
No, hi, Emmanuel. How you doing? I'm just kidding, Nanya. I'm only kidding with you. It's a joke.
Kim, you do know Nanya's from New York.
I know. I don't want her to come beat me up. That's why I'm saying I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Nanya. Nanya, I'm sorry. Gertrude, fabulous information, ladies. I'm glad someone cared enough to write this history down for this YouTuber to make this documentary. Wonderful, Kim, Wanda, and Jen. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, hon. I appreciate that. Yeah, I thought it was great. I thought it was awesome. I was so touched by the video that he made, and I'm so glad that we have these kitties to celebrate. Now, that is going to lead us into our next topic because Jenna just so graciously helped us out with a segue by talking about companion animals in the military. So what we wanted to kind of touch on here is the importance of animals. Not so much. I mean, I know this goes beyond. This kind of links Veterans Day into Memorial Weekend, which I think is completely appropriate and fine. Because we have veterans. Oh, the lashes, Gertrude. God damn it. It's just for you, girl. It's just for you. So there's we have to think about not just the people that we've lost in military, but the people that are still here as well. And they need certain things, and emotional support animals are a great way to help out, veterans of our military. So I think Wanda's got a couple things that she's going to touch on now because I'm going to be quiet since I've been talking for so long. Now Wanda's turn. Go for it, Wanda.
Okay.
Have a fun time.
All right. So our lovely Jenna.
Here
I want
Wanda.
to start with. So what I'd like to start with, because I think this will be a nice transition from what Kim was just talking about to the actual emotional support animal subject, is if you wouldn't mind putting that the Pup Act one
Perfect.
up.
Yep,
that would be just great.
Got that
I
all
have it
queued up. I'll drop the overlay so it's easier for people to see. So I have this. I'm going to read what this is from the ASPCA, and this is this Pup Act was introduced last year by Congressman Jason Crow, who is himself a veteran. And I'm just going to read because the SPCA did such a nice job of putting this together. And then Jenna, I don't know if we have the capability to play that little video afterwards or not. I don't know if we're able to play the video or not on a live stream.
I don't think we can.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
So I'll just scroll along while you're reading. I'll scroll through.
I'm going to read this to everyone then. So it says the PUP Act aims to provide support to pet owners facing homelessness. From 2016 to 2023, Gertrude, sorry, Gertrude, didn't realize that. Gertrude C. had been living in a Queens Village, New York City, basement apartment with her two beloved cats, Gabriella and Abigail. In January 2023, after 6.5 years of residence, Gertrude's landlord informed her she would have to vacate because renting out of the space was deemed illegal. The landlord agreed to keep Gertrude's cats in the basement until she could find housing that accepted pets. At first, Gertrude found a hotel room to live in for 1 week. Then, on April 1st, she moved to a homeless shelter as her former landlord continued to care for her cats. Out of options. I can't pay more than $1,000 a month in rent, and any place I found costs too much money, says Gertrude, 66. In June, Gertrude's former landlord told her he had to get her cats out of his building. Out of options, Gertrude reached out to the ASPCA, which she was familiar with, having utilized ASPCA mobile clinics for her previous cats, Angels and Princess. Gertrude picked up Gabriella and Abigail at her former home and took a taxi to the ASPCA's 92nd Street location. A new home. The ASPCA community engagement team agreed to board Gabriella and Abigail temporarily while Gertrude worked on a more permanent solution. Meanwhile, the CE team liaisoned with the City Department of Homeless Services and Department of Housing Preservation and Development and Gertrude's case manager and doctor to obtain an emotional support ESA letter for future landlords and apartment managers. Proof that Gertrude has a valid health reason for needing to live with her cats, whom she considers emotional support animals. Gertrude came to visit Abigail and Gabriella several times while they were in our care, and not only was it clear how important they were to her, but you could see what she meant to them, says Delia Curlin, Senior Director of Operations of the ASPCA Adoption Center and Kitten Nursery. The quality of all of their lives is better when they are together. Once Gertrude's ESA letter was made available, the ASPCA obtained approval for Gertrude's cats to move with her to a new shelter. On September 20th, Gertrude and her cats moved to Rockaway Park, Queens. In a small room for the three of us, Gertrude says, but I'm so happy to have them with me now.
Aww.
New bill aims to help people and pets stay together. The ASPCA works hard to remove barriers to keeping families intact, and one of the largest barriers is housing. Most of us consider our pets to be part of the family, but sadly these bonds are being strained by restrictive policies that make it particularly challenging for families, especially lower income households, renters, and those experiencing homelessness to secure housing that accommodates their four-legged family members. Lawmakers in Congress are considering a bill aimed at keeping animals and their pet parents together when seeking shelter due to an emergency or homelessness. Representative Jason Crow, Democrat, Colorado, says a car ride with his 10-year-old daughter in his Aurora district inspired the Providing for Unhoused People with Pets Act, PUP Act, which would authorize the U.S. Department of Agriculture and the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development to award emergency shelters with grants that enable them to accommodate unhoused individuals who have pets. On their outing, Crow and his daughter noticed that many unhoused folks in his community had pets. That was very heartbreaking, said Crow, adding that research revealed a huge gap in resource. Pets play a pivotal role in the lives of their human caregivers, regardless of their income level or housing situation. Unfortunately, there's a lack of pet-friendly housing, says Ingrid Segerman, who works in federal affairs at the ASPCA, one of the national organizations advocating for the legislation. When faced with the impossible choice of finding shelter for themselves or remaining on the street with their animal, unhoused pet owners will often refuse assistance and if that shelter won't allow their animals in. A 2015 study found as many as 25% of people experiencing homelessness own pets. Among all American households, 2023 statistics put pet ownership at 66%. Advocates for the PUP Act say that an emergency, natural disaster, or sudden economic issue could require someone to seek shelter immediately, only to receiving the alarming news that they can't bring pets with them. If passed, the PUP Act's grants can be used to construct new properties, renovate properties to make space for clients who have pets, or cover the cost of critical pet care supplies. Grants would also fund pet-related operating costs like basic veterinary and behavioral services. The bipartisan bill introduced by Congressman Crow and Reps Brian Fitzpatrick, Republican in Pennsylvania, he's in my state, Adam Schiff, Democrat, California, and Nancy Mace, Republican, South Carolina, has received strong support from an ASPCA-led coalition of more than 100 animal welfare organizations, human service agencies, and other advocacy groups who are urging Congress to include the PUP Act in the Farm Bill, a twice-per-decade package of legislation governing U.S. agriculture and food policy. My cats are my everything. Gertrude emigrated to New York City from Haiti in February 1981 when she was 23. She last visited Haiti in 1992 after her grandmother died. Over the years, Gertrude has worked as a patient care associate in hospitals and as a taxi driver. She stopped working during 2020, which happened. I was afraid to get sick because I have no one to help me, she says.
Aww.
Gertrude receives retirement benefits from her union and pays no rent for her current housing. But since she has no kitchen, she eats out or buys prepared food every day. She also pays for a storage unit where she keeps most of her possessions, including her many books. Things are very difficult right now, she says. I'm going to cry. But my cats are very important to me. They are my part of my life. They are part of my life, my kids, my everything. No matter how hard life is, my cats make me very happy. And that is
Yay.
Gertrude's story.
Yay!
And I read that.
You make me cry, Wanda. Stop it. I got cheater lashes on. Damn it.
I read that because it does connect several themes here that we're doing today.
Well, as we know, our veterans are amongst one of the most unhoused, group of people in the nation. I mean, they make up so much of it because we all know, I mean, anybody that's had to deal with the VA clinic, I know that they serve a purpose. I know that they do as much as they can. But you could ask a lot of veterans and they will all tell you the same thing. They will all say that it's just not enough. And so then they end up with untreated mental health disorders, not able to work, not able to, and they end up homeless. So so helping the homeless does connect into our veterans in the military. Very much so.
Yeah. It does, and I also want to go back and make that link of, with the other channel that Kim and I have, the Armchair Cat Advocate. The big thing there is the integration between animal welfare and human services, and this illustrates perfectly what I mean when I'm talking about that, because you have this issue of so many people experiencing homelessness. And then you also have people with pets that are being separated. And now the pets are going into the animal welfare arena because they can't stay with their humans. Right. So this whole thing ties in nicely. And I think with her getting, and as you heard, I don't know if you caught it because it's a pretty emotional story, but the way that she got her emotional support animals was she didn't go online and click a button and fill out a survey and get an emotional support animal. So we're going to talk a little bit about those websites later, because the majority of them are not good, but some of them are okay.
I just need to point out that part of my decoration is now down. That's how long it took. I'm just saying.
Get that cat out of here. Get that cat out of here.
Wait a minute. We have to investigate quick. We have to investigate. Just break in the action. Marble.
That was a great story. Aaron.
Hi, Marbles. Come here.
Who did it? Marbles?
Marbles did it. Yeah, I wanted to investigate to see who was the culprit. He's just sitting back there looking at me like, what? I didn't do anything. But you did. You're the only one back here.
He was lurking even before we went live. He was back there. We had to take him out.
Right. Oh. So I'm pretty sure that's not going to last much longer. Just, listen, I don't like crying. I had to figure out a way to stop crying. So I had to comic relief.
My money would have been on Chewy for that destruction.
I really thought so too. I thought between him and Sadie, because those are the two that I've been having the biggest problem with. Listen, can I just say that I really love this? I really love this little hair thing. The way it falls like this is so cute. I'm just saying.
It looks so festive. It looks beautiful.
Yeah, Wanda.
Well, I didn't get that memo, so.
You look festive. No, Wanda, you look festive.
You're festive too. It's okay.
Yeah.
I love Jenna so much. She's just the sweetest person.
I know, isn't she?
Well, I find festivities in everything. What can I say?
I could have come in here covered with cat puke and
like, you look great. You look great.
And Jenna would have said, "Oh, you look beautiful."
No, I wouldn't let you go on like air to live people if
No,
you
she
had
wouldn't.
puke all over you, unless it was for if we were talking about cats and throwing up and how that happens, and that is life. So there might be a place for it on Life with 18 Cats after all.
Yeah, see?
It's maybe another channel, Jenna.
Yeah.
Like a fetish channel. I don't know. We can talk about that. No. So the next thing that we're going to be looking at with Wanda is, I know a lot of people have questions about what's an emotional support animal and whatnot. So Wanda has been so gracious as to do a little bit of digging for us and bring us some actual, factual, and current information to help answer some of those questions for you guys.
Okay. So I think what we'll do first, Jenna, if you can pull up that brochure,
The pamphlet?
is it a
Sure.
service animal, assistant animal, or a pet?
There we go.
Okay,
There we
so
go.
so this was actually created. Kim and I were involved in a nonprofit organization where we were actually working on bringing awareness and education, emotional support animals, and this was something that the organization had produced earlier that they provided to us as kind of a template. So that I think it's pretty decent. There's a couple things here that I'm seeing that I'm not 100% sure it's accurate, but it'll give you a general idea of how to tell. So if we start over, first, let me just I'll just go through this flow chart pretty quickly.
Flow chart.
Is it a service animal, assistant animal, includes emotional support animals. And when we talk about assistance animals, so service animals, just to make that distinction, service animals are going to be animals that are trained to do a specific task, like lead someone who is vision impaired across the street, open a refrigerator for someone that may have maybe in a wheelchair or something like that, and get a bottle of water out for them.
Alert someone that has epilepsy of a seizure that's coming up.
Right. That's a service animal. Okay. Then we have therapy animals, and therapy animals are animals that are taken into places like nursing homes. Sometimes they take them into where first responders are, like maybe a fire station or something like that. Or I know during 2020, when what happened, they were taking therapy animals into the hospitals to help with the staff, and just to because it helps to, I mean, we all have companion animals here, and it helps to be able to sit with a fuzzy little friend and pet them and talk to them, and and not be judged and cry if you need to, and they're fine with it. There's sometimes you can relate to an animal when you can't relate to a person. So that's a therapy animal. And then there is the emotional support animal. And the emotional support animal is what I have. My cats are emotional support. So they're not specifically trained to do things. They basically do things on their own. But what they do is they alleviate symptoms of my diagnosis. Yes. So, for example, I gave the example when I did the deep dive into Niffler. Niffler does this thing where when I'm sleeping at night, I sometimes have night terrors. So I'm going to link this back to veterans, because veterans, I have PTSD. I'm a trauma impacted person. I am diagnosed with PTSD. I have basically, if you have PTSD, it doesn't matter if you're a veteran. It doesn't matter how you got the PTSD. The symptoms are going to be similar. It's just manifests a little differently, and how you're triggered, and what, for me, the night terrors are about loss of control and grief and other things. Right. And with a veteran, it may be about something that they experienced in combat.
What do they call that, Wanda? Shell shock? Is that what it's called?
That's the old term.
Is it okay? I wasn't sure. I heard that term by my grandpa a lot of times when I was younger, and I was always wondering.
Shell shock. If you back with veterans in like the First World War. Yep. They were considered shell shock because no one understood trauma informed care.
That makes sense.
The ACEs.
So it was like that blanket statement for everything.
Right. Because they didn't understand it. Right. That's what we now know. Shell shock. If you had a grandpa that or grandparent that was shell shocked, they had PTSD.
Yep. Got it. I just wanted to make sure I understood that was the same thing.
and I probably should say first, because I know some people don't know what PTSD is. PTSD is post-traumatic stress disorder, just to put that out there. So you might have, so what he'll do is when I'm in bed at night, he always sleeps like in the crook of my leg. So if at some point in the night I'm having a night terror, which they've greatly decreased since I have the cats, I can actually feel him pushing against my leg. It is, and basically that is a therapy technique called grounding. So
is it like a reassurance kind of thing?
Yeah, like it's like, so when you have PTSD, sometimes you'll disassociate, which means you're what, the kind of the old term space out, if you're spacing out. So if you're, something triggers you and you're trying to disassociate from that trauma, your mind will be somewhere else and you might lose touch with reality. So, I mean, you can do anything. I mean, I have like a thing of lip balm here. Even this could be a grounding tool where you just hold it, you hold it and you have something that can bring you back to reality. Even just,
that's interesting. I know a lot of, I've seen a lot of YouTubers that actually, they're the YouTubers that do a lot of like storytelling, and they will have things like that in their hand, just random items in their hand while they're talking. And I've kind of wondered why, like Stephanie Sue on Rotten Mango. If you watch her, she always has some kind of thing, because I know that she's talked about it before, that she has some mental health issues, and that helps her with her storytelling and her anxiety and whatnot.
And that would make sense for her, because what she deals with the kind of topics that she talks about, the kind of content that she talks about, she's like true crime. Some of that's really, really hard. Yeah. And if she already has mental health issues, I could understand her protecting her mental health that way. Yeah. It can be as simple as, like right now, I'm just have my feet squarely on the floor. Not that I'm disassociating, but just putting your feet squarely on the floor and connecting with the ground or the earth or the floor or whatever. So that's what he does for me. And he does it naturally. He's not trained to do that. He just does it. But it alleviates one of the symptoms of my PTSD. So he can be considered an emotional support for me. So we'll start here. So is it a service animal, assisted animal, or a pet? So first question, is the animal a dog or a miniature horse and trained to perform a specific task? If it's yes, it's a service animal. A service animal.
Because the only things that can be service animals are dogs and miniature horses, correct?
That's correct. Now, I have, and I'm not sure of, again, like you talked about the other day, Kim, with the feline herpes. Information's constantly changing. Right. They used to consider monkeys also as service animals, but then realizing that monkeys aren't really, monkeys are not a species you want to keep in captivity.
No, we learned that. We learned that the hard way over the years.
Yeah, and so I know in some circumstances, I think they still will allow monkeys as service animals if it's like something that, I mean, I don't know, but I have heard that in some of the trainings that I've attended, it has been said that under certain circumstances, but I don't know what those circumstances are. And it's probably really hard to get that. Because today's just like, ESA's 101, just basic information. Yeah. We could actually do a deeper dive into this on the Cat Advocate channel.
Oh, we will. We'll go deeper into this. Of course we will, because it's a very interesting topic. I think people are interested in it. But for right now, let's just go to this part.
Yeah, because I could very much try to get a veterinary social worker and an attorney that deals with that, which would be cool.
We'll do that.
So, So a service animal is any dog or miniature horse that is individually trained to perform tasks for the benefit of someone with a disability. The tasks performed can include pulling a wheelchair, alerting a person to sounds, reminding a person to take medication, alerting to an impending seizure, or guiding someone with a visual impairment, among countless others. Service animals are permitted access to dwelling and short-term housing under the ADA, the Fair Housing Act, and the RHA. I'm not sure what the RHA is, but the ADA is the Americans with Disability Act. myself, I've only dealt with the ADA and the Fair Housing Act, but it's also important to note that service animals are the only animals out of all of these categories that are allowed to go places. So when you see, when you're watching YouTube and in between you get the ad where it's like, hi, you want to take your animal everywhere? All you have to do is like click this button, fill out a survey, and you can have your very own emotional support animal. It doesn't work that way, because
it doesn't work that way.
Yeah, you can't take an emotional support animal into a restaurant unless
think about it. You can't take. Could you imagine if everybody could take like their gerbils, their cats, their dogs, and everything into public, into like Walmart? Could you imagine what kind of mess that would create? Not to mention, I mean, just there's so many allergies when it comes, especially to cats. There's so many allergies for people. That would be so horrible.
So, if the answer to that question, is the animal a dog or a miniature horse, is no, then we go over to, is the animal a species that is a common type of pet? Yes. Yes. Does the animal alleviate a symptom or effect of a disability? Yes. Then it's an assistance animal. An assistance animal can include any type of common household pet that alleviates a symptom or effect of the individual's disability and does not need to be trained to perform their health or to perform their benefit. Emotional support animals are one type of assistance animal, but animals can be used as an aid for limited disabilities such as ADHD, epilepsy, cancer, heart disease, depression, etc. That's really where they're talking about the therapy, because I had to look this up, because like I said, this is a good like overview, but they're not quite right on everything. Right. Because an emotional support animal, as far as I can tell and what I've learned from every training I've taken, emotional support animals are only for people that have some kind of mental health issue. Right. Now, you could have a mental health issue stemming from, I mean, if you have cancer, you definitely could be depressed. So yeah, you could have an emotional support animal, but it's being prescribed for your emotional state, not for your physical state, even though it's helping your physical state. They're it's interconnected. What
RHA? Hey, Eunice was just jumping in here and saying RHA is the Rural Health Administration.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Eunice.
Yeah, I'm not real familiar with them or what they do. This is like really the first that I've heard about them, because they're not even really part of the conversation in any of these trainings.
Can we just I just want to tell you, we're already at 47 minutes, and I want to make sure we get through some of these. So can we skim through some of these?
Okay. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Thank you. I just want to make sure we get through all the stuff that you worked really hard to get through.
Okay. So, all right. So why don't we just stop it there then? Because I can just go over the other information when I'm.
Because I know there was one you have that has frequently asked questions, right?
Yeah, we have that. We can just go that. So
let's skim through that one real quick, because I want to make sure that everybody kind of gets a really good idea of what these things, what the qualifications are. And I know you were very, very well versed in this. That's why I asked you to help.
Okay, so let's
frequently ask questions. Make sure I have the right one up here, Wanda.
All right. Which one do you have up? Whichever one you have up, we'll talk
frequently asked questions. Yeah.
Frequently asked questions. Okay. I think I have the wrong one here. Let me pull mine up. Answers to frequently asked ESA questions. Is that it? Yep. Okay, let me pull that up.
Thanks, Wanda.
Okay, so, all right.
Thanks, Jenna.
If my tablet cooperates, come on here. Sorry, everyone.
You're fine.
There it goes. Okay. Oh, Jesus.
Do you want to do a different one, Wanda?
I'm trying to get this one up. It's just giving me some problems here. Here we go.
It's green. I was going to say you could read it off the screen in StreamYard. I tried to make the text a little bit bigger for the viewers anyway.
Okay. All right. I'll try to read it off of there. I can see it better on my tablet. I don't know why it's not coming up here for me.
I can read it as well, Wanda.
Okay. Do you want to read it? Because
Sure.
I can't see it as well.
Okay. Yeah, I can get it because I got my screen full. Okay, so this is the answer to frequently asked ESA questions from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. It says the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development report assessing a person's request to have an animal as a reasonable accommodation under the Fair Housing Act answers many of the most frequently asked questions. So these are just the main points. So types of housing covered under the Fair Housing Act that must permit ESAs as accommodation, including shelters and assisted living facilities. A person may have more than one ESA as a housing accommodation, providing the ESAs provide support for different issues or in different ways. People don't have to be eligible for disability entitlement benefits or other programs to meet the definition of disability under the FHA, which I think is really interesting. The threshold for disability is much lower under the FHA than it is for income support benefits related to disability, such as Social Security disability and workers' compensation. Certain health and mental conditions automatically meet criteria for having a disability under the FHA. This does not mean that other conditions don't qualify. It just means conditions listed are considered disabilities automatically under the FHA without additional assessment needed for presence of an FHA qualifying disability condition. ESA letters for sale on the internet are differentiated from legitimate mental health services via telehealth. Telehealth is recognized as an appropriate source of written verification of ESA.
Okay, Kim,
go ahead.
Stop there. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think that's where really people are interested anyway.
Right.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on with my tablet. It's just not wanting to download. So the way I'm just going to do my personal story of how I got my emotional support animals, because I know we're getting short on time and I want to make sure everyone understands this. So first of all, first thing I want to clarify is that emotional support animals, yes, they do not, you cannot take them anywhere you want. You can't take them into, into stores, into restaurants. You can't, unless of course it's like PetSmart or something where they just let any pets in.
Right.
Now, emotional support animals also are not considered pets. They are considered assistive devices. Yes. So basically, an emotional support animal is an extension of the person. So it's just like if I have a cane, a wheelchair, a walker, that's what an emotional support animal is. An emotional support animal is not a pet. So the way that you go about getting an emotional support animal. Oh, and the other thing too, because Jen and I had this conversation yesterday. Emotional support animals, if someone tries to sell you a vest, cards, tells you, pay $20, we'll put you on the registration. There's no registry. There is no registry there. That's not a thing at all. There's no registry for emotional support animals. Cards don't mean crap. Vests don't mean crap. Yes, service animals can wear a vest to designate a service animal, because if they're a working animal and their handlers don't want people, look at the cute puppy, that's why you don't go and pet a service animal, because they're working, they're on the job when they're with someone with a disability.
Right.
So those are a couple of things that I really want to drive home. As far as how I got my emotional support animal, it was a process. So we have a local disability, they're a housing advocacy organization, but they deal with people with disabilities. They also deal with people that are having issues with their landlords, landlord-tenant law, that kind of thing. So the way you go about it, and the other big thing to remember here is, I hear people all the time say, I'm going to get my animal certified as an emotional support pet or emotional support animal.
He's an emotional support animal, Wanda.
Well, you couldn't ask for a cuter one.
I know. I just wanted to show that real quick.
But an emotional support animal, you can't fly with them anymore. That's been banned. That's over with. So the only reason you would ever need to go through the process of documenting your companion animals as emotional support would be if you're in, like me, you're in a rental situation where they don't allow the pets. That's
Right.
the only time. If you own your own home like Kim does, she, all those cats can be her emotional support. Fine. She doesn't have to go and get cards and documents and register them or anything like that because she owns her home. She doesn't have to worry about that. I rent, I have to worry about that kind of thing.
I got a really nice landlord.
Yeah. Well, and we can get in the weeds too about zoning and stuff. We won't do that now. We'll do that another time.
No, we'll do that another time.
That's
a whole other thing.
Too complicated. That's a whole other conversation.
Oh yeah.
But the way the process worked is, first you have to go to either a psychiatrist, you go to like a doctor. I went to my family doctor, and the reason my family doctor was qualified to write the letter for me was because I am being treated by him for my mental health issues. So he writes for any psychiatric meds that I need. So that qualifies him.
When you say family doctor, you mean just a GP, right?
I mean just a general, general practitioner. Yeah. Okay. As long as they're writing for your mental health prescriptions. So they're the ones that he's the one that wrote that. And I can actually pull this out here while I'm talking. I will actually read this to you quickly. And then there's another part to this. So this is the first part. So the first part is you go to your general practitioner. And
yes, HOAs suck. You're right.
Yeah. So this is what he wrote for me. He said, I am writing this letter on behalf of my patient, Wanda Miller. Please be aware that Wanda currently suffers from several diagnoses, and I don't care if you know my diagnoses, including anxiety, depression, PTSD, fibromyalgia, and a history of self-exiting ideation.
Right.
As such, she is treated with appropriate medications to help improve her overall mood and well-being. They have definitely helped. In addition, she does follow with a therapist, and that has made a difference as well. Her therapist has recommended strongly that Wanda be approved to keep her cat with her in her residence. Her therapist and I both feel that her cat has been of tremendous benefit to her medically in helping to ease some of the symptoms associated with her anxiety, depression, PTSD, and even her pain from fibromyalgia. Wanda herself can attest to that and seeing improvement in her overall medical condition since the cat has resided with her. As such, her cat is considered to be of medical necessity and is classified as a therapy pet animal. Well, not really, they're not an emotional support animal, but he didn't know. We truly appreciate your time and understand this matter, blah, 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 blah. So that's basically, and this isn't, I think this is like he wrote another one that was, because there's some issues with this one that he did rewrite. Also, when you can have multiple emotional support animals. You just have to make sure that each animal, like, I can't say that all three
purpose, right?
You can't say that all three of my cats help my anxiety, even though they do. So each one has to do one. So one would help with depression, one would help with symptoms of anxiety, symptoms of depression, symptoms of the self-exiting ideation type of thing. So that's another thing to keep in mind. And then the next part of that is I actually had to write a letter to ask for a reasonable accommodation. Bless you.
Thank you.
Which means I had to actually I had to actually ask my landlord, basically explain, yes, I meet the qualifications to have an emotional support animal. These are my diagnoses. This is how the animal helps me with these diagnoses. I'm asking for a reasonable accommodation. As long as it's a reasonable accommodation, they can't deny you. Now, if I'm in the apartment and I'm asking to have a reasonable accommodation for 19 cats, that could be denied because it's not reasonable. Yeah.
It's not reasonable, and I'm the first one to say so. Yeah, I'm just showing everybody that Perfect is fighting with her tail right now.
Oh, hey,
I don't know why she does this, but she does this, and it cracks me up. But I think she needs an emotional support animal. Yeah, no, that's what she does. I'm just going to leave it like that, so you guys can watch that while we're listening to Wanda.
So basically, then the landlord came back, approved it. Also, having an emotional support animal doesn't excuse you from doing things like keeping your apartment clean or cleaning up after the pet. They could still tell you to get rid of the pet if you don't take care of it properly. So if my landlord would come in here and it stank to high heaven and the litter boxes weren't clean, or if I was letting my cat out running around and not taking care of it, someone wasn't picking up after their dog, that type of thing, they could definitely say you can't have this anymore, and they're within their rights. And then you also have to do things like rabies is required in my state, so I still have to vaccinate them. You have to, you still have to do all of that. Having an ESA doesn't just excuse that, but that's the proper way to go about it. The whole website thing with all these different emotional support letter providers online, you have to be really careful. And I'll just leave it at that, because that would be, 15 more minutes of discussion. So I'll just leave it at that. So
Wanda, that's awesome. Thank you so much, Wanda. Yay. Everybody say thank you to Wanda. Wanda did some great work here. And listen, the information is invaluable, ladies. Thank you. That's what I'm saying, Gertrude. Thank you for pointing that out. A lot of this information is information that people get really confused about. I know we had talked about, and I'll say this because I know that it worked for her, but I do want to talk to Diana a little bit more before we actually get into that. But yeah, Diana used one of those services, and I want to know a little bit more about that and what she used and how it worked and what it cost, things like that. Because I would be interested to see, what it is she actually got. I've never actually asked her because it's never been an issue. It's never been something I really felt the need to talk to her about. But I would love to see what it is, what it is they're actually offering and how legit it actually is. But yeah, so to bring this all back to where we started, my decorations are still partially up. Yay. Let's see what we've missed in here. Kim, the kitties in the house looks very festive today. Thank you, Wanda. Yes, thank you so much, Wanda. Like I said, I bring Wanda in here for things like this because she does a lot of work with this. She has spent so many years of her life doing a lot of this work. And I know that she is an invaluable source of information sometimes. And she's definitely the person that I know I can go to and say, hey, what about this? And if she doesn't know the answer, she at least knows where to find it. So, yeah.
And just quickly, I mean, this is a conversation you have to understand. I just recently went through 3 separate workshops worth of information on emotional support animals. So basically 3 hours. So for me to condense that down is really hard. And this is something that would be like a 3-hour live stream if people were interested. And I would try
we can totally do that.
Yeah. And I would try to get, and I think I can get a veterinary social worker and an attorney to actually do that if people would be interested.
Yeah, if you guys are interested in that, definitely that's something we will definitely we'll put together for over on the Armchair Cat Advocate, and we will go into depth with this stuff because that's literally what we want to do with that channel is go into depth with some of these things and do, if we want to do a 3-hour live stream, well, you know what? We can do that. Yeah. Miss Nunya, well, that sucks because I wanted to be able to bring Valentino everywhere with me. Love the red, white, and blue. Kim, my brother served 22 years in the Marines, and my son served 5 years in the Navy. Well, thank you to both of you guys. Wonderful. That's awesome. I dated a Marine once. That's all I got. That's all I can contribute to that conversation. I know what a jarhead is, and I know hoorah. Okay, so now we're gonna have a little bit of fun. So as you guys saw a minute ago when I brought Perfect up, I found these cute little hats, and I'm not gonna let them go to waste. I am gonna grab a couple kitties, and we're gonna see if we can get a couple kitties to be cutesy, wootsy, and festive. Let's see, who should we grab? Who wants to volunteer? Anyone? Look at them all. They're all just laying here like little loafs. Nunya put on sunglasses, and maybe everyone will think he's a seeing eye kitty. Stop that, you guys. You guys. What is wrong with you guys? Hey, Figaro, you want to be a model? No, you want to be a model, kitty? Come here. I even got a blue one just for my little boys. I got little blue ones and I got little red ones. Come here. Hold still. No, you got to put your face up. Figaro, put your face up. There you go. Look at him. Dun, 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 dun.
How embarrassing.
Good job, Figaro. You did a good job. Good job. Listen. If you all behave yourselves, I will give them treats at the end of this live stream. If you all behave yourselves, though, you all have to behave and like my little hat.
We're doing it.
While you're doing that, Kim, I just want to talk to Gertrude here for a minute.
Yeah.
And this is and I'm serious about this. I don't understand why they don't allow cats as service animals. That does irritate me because dogs and mini horses, but there are cats, and I have actually seen, things on YouTube and other where the cats have actually been trained to do things like alert somebody to a seizure or a heart attack or whatever. So I don't understand that. So I don't know. Nunya, maybe you can start. Maybe you can be the trailblazer here.
Who's that, Kim?
Polly Patriot.
Polly Patriot. She looks great.
Oh, hey, Cass.
Listen, we're gonna get, like I said, if you guys all behave yourselves. Seeing eye cicadas? What in the hell is wrong with you? What is happening?
Who said this?
Gertrude, of course.
Gertrude, I love it.
Good Lord, Gertrude. Listen, between you and Gertrude, I swear. Oh, I gotta tell you, while we're doing this, I gotta tell you what happened. Oh my God. So, like I said, I had to run and get, so I had to run and go get Michelle some lunch. I ran up to her work, got some money, got her lunch, right? I'm driving to go to Pizza Hut, right? I'm driving. I get up to a stop sign. Now, listen. My window was cracked that far. My driver's side window was cracked this far, you guys. I'm not kidding you, this far. I'm pulling up to a stoplight, and a damn cicada gets in the window. Okay? And lands right on the window, right next to my face. And I'm like, no! So I stop right before the stoplight, and I've got the car in park, my seatbelt's off, the door's open, I'm getting out of the car, trying to get the cicada off the window. It was awful, you guys. I'm doing this all at an intersection. Yeah, that's what happened a little while ago. So I'm done with the cicadas. What is happening?
Did you see Gertrude's?
You can use dental floss as eyelashes, Kim.
No, you can use dental floss as leashes.
I thought you said eyelashes. I'm like, what are you talking about? As leashes?
Comments about I Love Lucy. I didn't see that.
Yes, I saw it. Yes, when I got up in the camera and I was doing the blink, blink, blink thing. It reminds me of I Love Lucy. Listen, I Love Lucy was a legend, so I will take that as a compliment.
Yeah, I'm not doing this again, Kim, because I'll have more fun in the chat.
I know.
I'm sorry. I'm sitting here. I'm way underdressed. Number one, I don't have the sparkles.
That's my thing. I'm the over the top. Listen, kitties.
And the cicada came back.
No, hang on. I got another one. Hang on.
They couldn't stay away. They were sitting on Kim's porch the very next day. The cicadas came back. They didn't want to roam. The very next day, they were at Kim's home with their little leashes on.
Tiny Whitey says, I am ready. Uncle Sam, I am ready. That's right.
Hey, Cass.
Oh my God, you're so heavy, dude. Holy cow. Who's next? Anybody got any requests?
Where's Mittens?
Thanks, Gertrude.
Where is Mittens?
Gertrude got my back.
Wait a minute. Kitty. No.
She called one and then went another one.
Jenna, I think you lost all control at this point.
Oswald, listen, you're a naughty boy. Let's do this to you. No, this is your penance. No, this is penance. No,
we all lose control when it comes to the cats.
Look at that little. Look at him. This is a cute little face. Yes, cute little face. Oh, who said? Oh, Cam said Feline. Okay, Feline's right here. Hi, friend. Come here, little friend. Come here, my pretty girl. Come on, pretty girl. Come on, beautiful. We're gonna do something. I've got a request. We got a request for Feline. Look at how good she is. She's like, okay. Here we go. Look at her. Look at the Free Queen. She's so good. Look at the Free Queen. Yay, Free Queen. She's such a good girl. All right, there you go. You got Queen. Yay.
Gertrude said emotional stimulation cats.
Jesus criminy. Oswald's ready to dance. No, I think he was. Yeah. Okay. All right. I suppose you've all been good. So I suppose we can do treaties for the kitties. Yay. Okay. So I got tips.
All the little kitties. All the little kitties. All the little kitties.
Okay, because is that the floor? That's the floor. Okay. All right, guys. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? Oh my goodness, what has Mama got? Oh no, hold on. Yes, I'm gonna get it. Hold on, I gotta let Gira out too. Hold on. Yes, I know, I'm getting you. Okay. What are we doing? We're doing bonkers. And we're doing the seafood flavor. Yeah, crunchy, yeah, seafood. Okay. Kitty.
We're doing it.
Come on, kitty. Come on, baby. I know, I'm getting it. I'm getting it. Hold on, I gotta open the bag. I know. Okay, ready? Ready, guys? Here, guys, here. Hey, no fighting. There's plenty for everybody.
I missed that, Cammie. Let me see.
Be nice. I know. Here, I'm gonna give you some.
Oh, here it is.
Here you go. There's some for everybody. Everybody gets some. Look at. Hey, you get treaties.
Hey,
I'm gonna
Kim.
make him screen big a second.
Cammie wanted me to read this to you.
Okay.
Kim, I'm going to get you a T-shirt made that says, "I survived the 2024 cicada."
Oh my God.
Invasion."
I'm so done with you guys and the damn cicadas. I feel like Oprah Winfrey, you guys.
That's actually pretty funny, Cammie. I like that.
Oh yeah, I'm glad you guys think it's funny. Mittens, are you being denied? Are you being left out? Here, Mittens.
You're welcome, Cammie.
Here you go.
I'm like Ed McMahon here.
Here, Doodlebug. There you go.
Hey-o.
Okay, there you go, guys. You guys got kitty treaty time. Yay! Hey. There's enough for everybody. None of that. Oswald, why is it always you involved, huh?
Kim.
You know what that says? What?
Hey, Kim. Teresa Arnold says, "Kim, your babies are very forgiving. I merely laid a shark outfit on Clyde, and I got the stink eye for several minutes after. LOL."
Do you notice I have to give them treaties so they don't kill me in my sleep? That's what I have to do. Did you guys eat them all? You got them all? Did you find all of them? Good job, guys. Good job. Thank you guys for being such good sports. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Kim. Where was the one that you had up, Jenna? Gertrude said, Gertrude, Kim, we would never make fun of your pain.
You know, I don't believe you. I don't believe you at all.
We're doing it.
And then Cammie says, "Wanda, you're an awesome co-host." Yeah.
Yeah, you're a sidekick.
Did he say hi ho or what did Ed McMahon
Hey-o. That was what he did.
Hey-o.
Yep. That's funny. Oh my God. So how many people are old enough to remember that? What is so funny?
Gertrude, Wanda, I was thinking the humor of Abbott and Costello.
I was thinking of The Odd Couple.
Yeah, that's pretty much, yeah.
Felix and Oscar. I think that kind of fits. You do look beautiful today. Oh, Cam, thank you so much. That's so nice of you. I appreciate that. Hey, the treat bag is gone, dude. It's empty. Guys,
Next time I'm going to wear cheater lashes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Wanda, yeah.
I'm going to come in my little sparkles and sequins.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, well, I mean, I don't think
no, we ain't going to go there. That isn't this kind of channel. That's not that kind of channel, Kim. One, kids might watch this.
Right, behave, guys, behave.
Yeah, you know.
What about the children? Think about children.
Think about Jenna. We need a,
right,
we need a
Jenna
t-shirt.
back
Think
there.
about
She's
Jenna. Before you say anything, think about Jenna.
Yeah, I almost just took off. That was it. That was almost my exit.
She's like, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. These women are killing me. So there we go. Yay! Well, that was fun, guys. I've had a blast. I really have. What is so funny?
Gertrude's.
No one can say hi. Oh no, Teresa! You know what? I don't listen. Do you think I don't think about that? I do. I literally think about that because like the way Sherlock sleeps is right here on me. So I always think, I'm like, when I'm sleeping and I can't control what he's doing, I wonder if he ever like just turns or spins or anything, and I'm like not knowingly sleeping with his butt right on my face or something. I don't know. You are gorgeous today, Kim. Well, thank you, Teresa. I appreciate that.
You know what? I'm going to get a t-shirt that says, I went on Kim's stream and all I wore was a stupid t-shirt. Because I didn't
you know what I'm going to do?
I didn't get the, we're going to be festive, Wanda. We're going to be like, and she's at the Dollar Tree yesterday. Oh, look at these cute little things, Wanda. She never happened to mention, by the way, I'm going to be like wearing glitter and eyelashes and this and that and the other. Maybe a t-shirt would be a little underdressed. So now I'm sitting here like the stuffy person, like, no.
Kim always gets dressed up. We know that, Wanda.
Yeah, Wanda. Yeah, thank you, Jenna. At least somebody understands me.
For the bigger streams, you always get dressed up when it's a special day, and
it is a special day.
Well, now
I remember the first time Halloween, our first live stream was the Halloween stream, and you were dressed up. You looked great.
That's right.
Go back and watch it if you haven't, guys.
Yeah, go back and watch it. I had kitty whiskers, and I had kitty nose, and I had kitty ears. Oh yeah,
thank you, Emmanuel. Emmanuel understands. Thank you, Emmanuel.
You're fine.
I
look like you, Wanda. I'm not dressed up either, so I just hide back here.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't have that advantage. That's usually where I prefer to be too.
Wanda, you aren't underdressed. Your shirt is perfect. See, that's what I'm saying. Listen,
thank you, Nunya.
Listen, you went with supporting the troops. I just went.
This came from a friend who was in the military. So
nice. I love that. So I think that's about it, guys. I think that's about it. We covered everything we wanted to cover and had a lot of fun. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. And Wanda, once again, thank you. I have the breath knocked out of me by a big fat cat sleeping in a recliner. Cat jumps on top of me. Eunice, oh my God. I'm wearing pants, Wanda, even though you can't see me. Wanda's not. That's the funny part.
Bummer, Gertrude.
That's the secret that nobody knows. Well, you do now. Anyways,
I don't know why you're wearing pants, Gertrude. This is the time to air things out. I mean,
well, and on that note,
I would have said it in chat, but nobody will let me in.
I can't even. All right, so guys. Look at the kitties. Yay, kitties. We're going back to kitties. We're detracting from Wanda now. Yeah. Hey, look at all the kitties. Rock over here. Where's my finger?
Where's the song, Jenna? All the little kitties, all the little kitties, all the little kitties.
Hey.
Here's the whole
kitties,
version.
All the little kitties. If you like it, then you should have put a collar on it. All the little kitties, all the little kitties. That is the Tim Geldert version. I hope Tim watches this because I just gave him a shout out. That's my old boss. That's who came up with that second line.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so we're gonna get out of here, guys. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Thank you guys for being so supportive. Thank you guys for having fun with us and learning a few things with us. Again, I want to say thank you so much to Wanda for being. I finally put on a bra because I had to go.
I had nothing to do with that, Kim. I had nothing.
Just so you guys know, Michelle gets off work at 2:00 and I got to give her a ride home. I am not changing. I'm going to go to her work like this, and I'm going to pick her up and make her get in the car with me and actually go. Because I think she has to stop at the store on the way home. So now I'm going to make her go into a store with me like this. Yeah.
We're doing it.
Fun. All right, guys. Is there anything we got to remind anybody of? Oh, just next weekend, Thursday, Friday will be normal, like game night and then dinner night. And then Saturday will be a members only stream. Sunday will be our Pride Month celebration. Yay! So you can expect
keep your eye
more
on the channel for the promos. We'll get those up this week.
Wanda, just so you know ahead of time, just in case, we drag you in here on next Sunday, you expect more of this for the celebration.
Oh, well, see, I would expect it on Pride.
Okay. But, I'm just saying, whatever.
For Memorial Day, like very, we're supposed to be.
You guys are lucky I couldn't find red, white, and blue lashes because I was looking for them. But you can expect my rainbow lashes next weekend. I'll give you that hint. Yeah. All right, guys. Have a good Memorial weekend. Everybody that's got the day off tomorrow, enjoy your day off. Get some rest. Take care of yourself. And we will see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye. Or optimistic.